Hey everybody. So a while back we were given the information of a possible thing called adventure mode. Now what is adventure mode? We have no idea. Legion info is completely on lockdown. They're not really feeding us a lot of it. They're saving it till BlizzCon most likely, where they're just going to dump a crap ton of info on us while they have things more solidified, which is fine. I'm okay with that. After Warlords, we were promised a lot, and not everything was delivered. I personally don't hate Warlords as an expansion, but the endgame content is lacking to the point where if I didn't have alts and I didn't still want to farm Invincible, then I don't know what I would do. It's ridiculous. So in the background, in case you noticed, that's what the footage is. Me farming Invincible again this week on every single toon that I have, and not getting Invincible. Zing for me. That's besides the point. So what is adventure mode? Adventure mode could most likely be derived from Diablo 3's adventure mode. Now Diablo 3 is a dungeon crawler. It's not an MMO, but the aspect of adventure mode can still work in World of Warcraft. So you take level capped characters, and for endgame content, this can be another form of gear progression rather than dungeon grinding or mythic dungeon grinding or raiding. You can do these particular adventures and or bounties where there's 5 of them, and you just go to these particular spots in the world, have to complete a particular task. When it's done, you return and get a reward for it. As far as the rewards go, we'll cover that real quick. You could go cosmetic rewards, you could go pets and mounts, and it's also another way that you could gear your character, like I said. Should it be equivalent to mythic gear, like mythic raiding gear? I don't know if I would go that high with it, but I think that if you can complete it on a particular difficulty, maybe you can make it comparable to heroic gear. So for instance, you have the adventure mode, you have bounties, and then you have heroic adventure mode, where you can switch the difficulty to the adventure mode in the encounters to heroic. New mechanics, higher health pools, so on and so forth. So you're going to get a better reward from that. Maybe in the cosmetic field, you get 2 pieces of cosmetic gear or something along those lines to make it more comparable to the gear. Same thing with pets or mounts. Maybe you just have a higher percentage to get a mount or a pet, as opposed to just gold or regents for professions or something along those lines. So adventure mode would work similar to how it works in Diablo. Like I said, you would get bounties. There would be most likely 5 of them. They could range from kill this rare mob to kill 10 of these mobs or clear out this particular dungeon or something along those lines. Once you've completed those, you go back, you get your reward. An interesting thing that you could do is you can make it up to 5-man, and you could use their scaling technology, similar to what happens in Flex. Even if you're on normal or heroic adventure mode, you go in and say your friend is like, hey, I want to join you. You add him to the group. When he becomes present in the area, the mobs that you have to kill for the particular bounty become harder, or they have new mechanics added to them. They have bigger health pools. They hit a little harder. So it becomes more difficult. So it doesn't just become a face roll the more people you add to it. I think that that's a really viable way to boost the social aspect of World of Warcraft, which has been lacking a lot as of late. It would really help in the aspect of looking for people. Maybe don't lock adventure mode behind any type of like looking for group type content. You could definitely use the pre-made group area. I don't think that that's not a viable option, but as far as like a looking for group for the dungeons or raids where it just like pairs you with people, don't lock this behind that. Let this be something that triggers social interaction in World of Warcraft, and maybe will help revitalize a lot of the guild scene, because it's kind of hurting right now. You know, if you're on a small server, you don't have access to a big guild most likely. It's just, it kind of sucks. So this is a way to really like get around and boost the social aspect of the game. There's another aspect to this that is interesting to explore, but I don't know how effective it would be, and that would be that this could be used as an alternative form to leveling. It needs to be utilized properly, however, so you have to have at least 1 level capped character, I believe. So for Legion, you have a level 110 character. Once you have him level capped, all your other characters have this bounty system unlocked and available to them. So instead of grinding through the zones, if you really want to, you could just do this as a leveling system where you go out and you complete the bounties just like Diablo, where it's actually a little bit faster in Diablo to do these. Maybe it would be a little bit faster in World of Warcraft as well to do these bounties. So it would be kind of a catch-up mechanic. That opens up a can of worms, because a lot of times people will always go path of least resistance. So likely they would target this and go after that. But I'd like to think that it comes off a little grindy, so maybe it would deter people in that sense, and they would still want to go with the actual traditional leveling technique. So one last thing that we can really talk about is that you could use adventure mode as an exploration mechanic. You can send people to the zones that were revamped during Cataclysm and have the bounties take place in all of these zones as well. So adventure mode could be endgame content that only takes place on Broken Isles, but it could also take place within the rest of the world. Maybe not Outland or Draenor, but you could have characters go to Northrend, you could have them go to Pandaria or Eastern Kingdoms or Kalimdor. All of those are available. They're all within the realm of Azeroth. And especially with the demon invasion taking place everywhere, that's the perfect excuse to have people say, oh crap, we have something going on in Northrend, there's demons attacking, we need to get up there and help fortify the position. Go up there, kill so many demons. Boom. You've gone back to Northrend, you've seen the zone. Now, people who have played through every expansion, they've seen everything. Everybody knows Lich King, everybody knows Cataclysm. These zones are awesome, they're amazing, and they're well designed, but they're not utilized anymore. This is a way to utilize them, and also a way to show new players who maybe just took like the level 90 boost, or in Legion will take the level 100 boost. It's a way to show them the old world content so they can see it, and maybe it will intrigue them enough to go back and go through the story just for fun. But as an exploration mechanic, I think adventure mode could be extremely powerful. So that's pretty much it for what I have for as far as what adventure mode is. We don't know, naturally. This is just speculation. I'm sure we'll find out when BlizzCon comes around, and they'll feed us a lot of delicious information and really build that hype train for Legion. But until then, it's just speculation. That's really all there is to it. I mean, I'm a fan of speculation. As you can tell, I got quite a few videos trying to figure out what might go on. And again, nothing is set in stone. Blizzard can take back whatever they want. They could say, they could have mentioned this adventure mode, and then we're not going to hear anything else about it, and that's the end of it. But for now, it's something cool to speculate on. Maybe we have hopes for a new form of endgame content with it. Maybe it's a new form of leveling. We'll just have to wait and see what Blizzard gives to us. But that's all I got, people. If you like what you heard, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about these possible ideas. So until next time, see you later.